Welcome everyone again. I'm very pleased to invite to this scene my lovely colleague, pink outside and inside, Maxim Topolov.
Thank you. Okay, so there was a lot of hype around no-code, low-code, and AI. This year, everybody talked about LLM, generative AI, and stuff. But how does it relate in the real world? That is a question we're going to ask today. I'm going to tell you 3 stories today, 3 use cases of real-world usage of AI we did this year for 3 different companies of different sizes. And feel free to ask questions about details if you are interested into. So, first, why we are talking. We do 2 things, headless CMS and business apps with low-code and AI. We work with a lot of small and big companies. And funny thing, they are all around the world, even in Brazil, Bahamas, or Japan. So, the first story. Do you know what it means? Nobody speaks Japanese? You know. Wow, nice. So don't tell them. So the first story, it all started with my daughter, who is 18, and she have no fucking idea what to do in her life. And in the same time, I got a call from Sergi Pontoise University, who said, hey, you know what? We have 40,000 students who doesn't know what to do in their life too. Could you help us? So it's kind of a recurrent problem. Youngster doesn't know what to do. I don't know. I cannot relate to their problem because I started coding at 8 years old. So Pascal, who is an expert in Ikigai, this is the term Shonditz, called me and said, you know what? We want to build an app to help young students from Sergi University finding their Ikigai, basically what they love, mixed with what they are good at, what the world needs, and what they can be paid for. And I listened to him explaining all this stuff, and I said, like, come on, guy, purpose in life with an app. So I just sent him that as an answer, saying, you know, like, purpose in life is for God, not for us. We do business apps. And he said, oh, love it. Looking forward to work with you. I said, OK, let's talk. The problem he had is that to build this app, they only had $20,000 euros. And it's absolutely not enough to build a mobile app. So what I suggested him is to do, well, let's do a Discord chatbot instead, using Xano, they're here, as a backend, and OpenAI to talk to the youngsters. So basically, this is what we built all together. So it's a Discord chatbot for only 20,000 with 3 months projects, 4 models, and over 100 steps in interaction with the app, and 1,000 concurrent users. So it's quite extensive. And basically, if you still want to build a mobile app, you can still use some of these no-code tools like Flutterflow, Draftbeat, or Glide. They're here, by the way, Glide. And on the back end, if you want to fill the apps, you can use Xano, AutoCode, or Airtable. By the way, about Airtable, if you want to be really proficient and you need help with Airtable, call Julien. He's somewhere here. You have to look down because he's not very big, but look at him. You can recognize him. So what the app is doing, basically, let's see. So it's a chatbot. We mixed scripting, and we also integrated images and real interactions. So it's an app intended to be used in class with professors, and we had just finished running this test in September with 200 students, 70% of satisfaction, but more importantly, we were able to provide kids with what their values are. We suggested them jobs, books, and movies, all with chat. So it's very fun for them. Discord is for youngsters. And it was funny to talk to an AI. They knew that they were talking to an AI. And we basically helped them to discover who they are. And more importantly, we provide them cards and elements that it's really fun to use. It's not just text. But the most important from my point of view is that we actually used AI and technology to enable real-life interactions and social interactions. So, because during the class they can raise their phone saying, create small groups, interact with the group, put their findings in the app, and continue. So this is a good example of how this app could be used. And actually, we got a lot of positive feedback from all the political leaders in university. And you know, university is a very closed circle of people. Everybody knows everyone. And we got contacts with Cambridge and Boston who wants to use the same, because we add real value for youngsters. First example, very simple, low code, AI used together to create good for youngsters. So the next story is about phones and voicemails. You will see. So we had a call with a very big 150,000 company doing short-term field workers. So if, for example, Amazon needs for 5 days somebody on his factory, or storage for 5 days a worker for 4 a.m., they call them, they get the workers, right? But the problem with these short-term field workers is that they have low salaries and the work is really hard. And unfortunately, this is capitalism, this is really bad. And that means that they don't really care. So, you know, like if you are paid $12 an hour, you are not really involved in this job. And their bigger problem is the no-show. Basically, when somebody commits to come to the factory or to the work, it just don't show up. And this is a big problem. So the top management asked us to check what could be done. And basically, we came to them and spent some time with inside the agencies. They have agencies all around Europe. And so I started I just wanted the girl to explain me how she works, what happens, you know, like all the automation tasks, what is your user journey, what is your different interaction. She said, wait, I need to check my voicemail first. So I grab a coffee, check my Instagram feed, come back 5 minutes later, she's still on the phone, go back, answering some email, half an hour passes, she's still on the phone. Okay, and 45 minutes later, she come back, say, I'm ready. So the first question I ask, what the hell happened? Why did you spend 45 minutes on the phone? Oh, I said, no worries, it's all my no-shows and all the problems, they all leave me messages during the day, the evening and the night. And every morning she starts by checking 45 minutes of angry voicemails. A wonderful way to start a journey. And this happens over 4,000 people in all agencies. They all start the journey by checking their angry voicemails. So I said, that's a good case for automation. So basically, because when you do the math, 45 minutes, 200 days a year, 4,000 sales, and you got, well, 20 million a year of just waiting for angry voicemails. So what we did, we built a project like a cockpit that uses WeWeb, Xano, React, some code. We are mixing always code and no code and low code, but also calling. So because the problem was that all these workers, they had intranets, they have apps, they had all the things that were developed by this company, but nobody uses this because nobody cares. So we tried to call them. We created an app where we show this kind of dashboard to the salesperson, saying, okay, during the night you had one no-show because the client called, we have an IVR, we analyze, we talk to the client automatically, we turn that with LLM, with large language models, we turn into the database, we check who is the client, who is the mission, what is the mission, who is the worker, and at the morning, instead of listening for 45 minutes of no-shows, she got that. And then we give total control to the human operator. We do not replace her. We just give her all the tools to automatically reach, contact, call the client, all the talents. So for example, she can click on, okay, I have a no-show. Please, can you deal with that for me? And yeah, we called the talent and we saw, okay, Christoph is not available. What should I do? Contact the client, search for new talents, call them all in parallel, asking if they are available for tomorrow at 4 a.m., coming for Amazon. If not, why, when they will be available, and stuff. So we can constantly update their existing database. It's not a replacement of existing IT tools. We just put AI on top of their existing database and tools. And yeah, and if everything is traceable, so we know what happened, we did not want to create a black box. That's why we have this kind of chatbot. It's a fake chatbot because you have only predefined actions. But the person can say, okay, contact the client, sign the contract. The whole interaction between the talent, the salesperson, and the client is entirely automatic and using voice, WhatsApp, and texting. And in any language, because field workers do not all speak French, so we can contact them in Portuguese, in Arabic, in Chinese, whatever language they prefer, or Ukrainian. So, yeah, thank you. Not yet. So the last story of an example of using AI, no-code and low-code this year. Oh, okay, this is the final one. You can confirm that we made the proposal to the client, all the field workers available, and this is it. So the last story is about a wine tasting session. So I have a friend, he organized every year a blind wine tasting session at his company. And as we was completely drunk this year, I hit in a guy, he says, I have a problem with a Mega Excel. I say, Mega Excel, what is the problem? So once I came back to my office, the next day I called him back. This is what he had. He manages the entire revenue backlog with a 72 megabytes Excel file with over 10,000 lines and formulas. So whatever you are doing in this file, every click, it's 4 to 5 seconds just to give an action. You can imagine how long it takes to change anything. And so I asked him, why do you use that? You have, and he had Oracle, by the way. He had Oracle here. So I say, why do you use this instead of using Oracle? He said, well, Oracle asks me with his integrator 200,000 to do that, and I don't want to pay because he's a little bit, you know. So I wouldn't pay 200,000 neither. So I said, look, let's do it with no-code, low-code. And basically, I made one mistake. I suggested him that I would do the project myself. Big error. But anyway, so what we used is Retool, Supabase, TypeScript, and OpenAI. But this time, OpenAI wasn't used for chatting with LLM, but to helping me because I'm not that a good coder. So what we used is AWS Lambda to import XLS files. We used ChatGPT to write SQL, complex SQL queries. I wasn't able. And this app now manages 20 million of revenue recognition. For those who are doing revenue recognition, they know how complicated it might be to recognize revenue every month. So what the app does is basically this. So you can have purchase orders. We have invoices management. We can create invoices. We can cancel invoices. We can do down payments, anything. And basically, we are replacing a financial ERP, Oracle NetSuite, with a Retool and Supabase app. And if you check, so yeah, this is a revenue recognition. As you may see, this is the most complicated part. It's generating every month how much revenue I did. It's not easy task because you have multi-month projects, you have hardware delivery, you have licenses. It's not an easy task. So how we do that? How we do that? Meh. Yes. So these 4 big queries are generating the entire revenue recognition. And all the 4 are running inside the Retool workflow tool, but also were written by ChatGPT. I am absolutely unable to understand and to write them myself. I'm middle-level developer, but I'm used to run a company, not writing code. But with just few hours of work with ChatGPT, I was able to write these queries, which are working every day, running every day, to recognize 20 million revenue. So basically, this is kind of it. Yeah, it's coming back soon. Why? Okay, it doesn't work back. So if you have any question about how we did that or how you could do that, welcome.
Questions? Any questions? Even about his Crocs? Anyone?
Yes, thank
Hi.
you. Will the Ikigai Discord channel be open to public?
Oh, so the question is when this Ikigai will be. So unfortunately, there is a cost behind. The one session of around 100 youngsters or students cost around 30 euros. So they are very careful about their cost because they are public, or even if they are private, because there's cost behind interaction. Each time you talk to ChatGPT, it costs you in tokens. It's small amount, few cents, but multiplied by the number of potential users. So not for now. For now, it will be really used by universities. I hope that Harvard and Cambridge will be starting using them soon. But if you want a demo, I think you have Olga who can show you some demo of how it works. Anything else?
Okay, thank you, Maxime. Thank you for nice presentation. It was, yeah. See you soon at the final presentation.